won't teach you ordinarily in your classroom. But these two foundations, they are bringing it to your doorstep. So please don't forget that the faintest pen is smarter than the finest brain. You know what the people say? No matter how smart you are, anything you put down is more effective than whatever it is you are going to store your brain. Because as you are going home now, then we have to wash plates. Why trying to drag you are not the one washing plates? Some of those things in your head will leave your head. Children, am I correct? When we are young, they will tell us go and buy tetracycline. How many of you have that issue? Why growing up? Tetracycline. Then because it was not written down. So as you are going, you are saying it, tetracycline, 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 tetracycline. So your friend will have it also. You not going to today. Tetracycline and go. By the time you went there, you read tetracycline. So make sure you are writing something, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, God is the ultimate, and is the beginning and the end. It's the reason why we're alive. Even those with mental challenges, it's the reason why they are still alive. Those that are stable mentally, it's the reason why they are stable mentally. And no matter how intelligent we are, we must always recognize the God factor. It's on this note, ladies and gentlemen, I pray the indulgence for all to be on your feet. Let's quickly take the opening prayers. And immediately we are done with the opening prayer, we may as well take the national anthem. So after the prayer, please don't sit down immediately. DJ, are we doing the national anthem from your system? That would be fine. Can I have somebody here to take the opening prayer for us? Thank you.
Let's pray. Our Father Lord, thank you. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for bringing us together to celebrate our World Mental Health Day. Father, we ask that everything that we've done today will not only give you glory, but also enlighten us and make us better persons in Jesus' name. We ask, oh Lord, that you bless the organizers of this event, refill their pockets, and make every project that they will implement from now successful, and may they continue to impact life as it is their desire. In Jesus' name. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we pray.
Let's round of applause. While we're still standing, can we all quickly take the national anthem? Please, I think at this point there will be no movement. Thank you. Come on, celebrate Nigeria if you're still happy. At least the younger generation, people are not really seeing anything like you have a very good to take Nigeria. So Nigeria is still very good. So it is us, we encourage people to celebrate the country. But for you, Nigeria is sweet in Jesus' name. And Nigeria is okay for you people. All right, we are going straight to business. And just so you know, our resource persons in today's event, they are authorities in their various fields. authorities in their various fields. We have representative from the NZLEE right here present. Can you just give them a round of applause? Give them a round of applause. We also have seasoned medical doctors that are also here. Please celebrate them for us. Okay, I think I have the proper guest list already here. We have the dignitaries, Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, Speaker Jose House of Pacific. Can you please celebrate with me? We'll also be expecting, if he's not already here, the Honorable Commissioner of Health and Justice, Dr. Samuel Ali. Can you please celebrate? We'll also be expecting the Honorable Commissioner for Communication, Honorable Chris. Please a round of applause. A very good friend, the Chairman, National Council of Nigeria, Justice Comrade Moses Agodede Joseph. Can you please celebrate it for us? And I have my big brother here, all the way from the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital. Psychiatric hospital. People that take care of people, you know, that have gone astray. And one of the reasons why we are gathered here is to let you know about your mental health and things you need to do to protect and preserve your mental health. I have a consultant here with me, and he's also my personal doctor, Dr. Uzi Area. Please round of applause. The assistant of that of the NDLEA at Two States Command, Adamu Mohamed Abiodun. Please round of applause. Thank you. We also have Dr. Uye G.O. is also consultant psychiatric from the Psychiatric Hospital, Uselu. Please round of applause. Well, while we are waiting for other names for recognitions, I think at this point we'll go straight to business as we take the keynote address. And to perform this assignment, ladies and gentlemen, join me as Mayor for Mr. Emmanuel Idiomi. Please a round of applause.
Thank you, MC Casino. We are glad and proud to have you here. I want to first of all say a big thank you to our speakers here present, Dr. Oye, Dr. Erime, Assistant Commander Adamu, and representative of the President of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Dr. Comrade Agunede. Thank you for being here. I want to thank all the students here present for your time that you have stayed long with us. You have be patient so that we can start this program. I want to welcome everybody to this program. I want to also advise everyone here present that mental health issues are issues that are very phenomenal. We need to listen very well so that we can take a lot home. Like MC Casino already said, people that have gone astray. And we also don't want to go astray, where we are trying to redeem those that have gone astray. So in my keynote address this morning, I will be looking at understanding anxiety and its impact on mental health. It's a privilege to be here today to discuss a topic of great importance, understanding anxiety and its impact on mental health. In a world that moves at an increasingly rapid pace, anxiety has become a common experience, affecting millions globally. Today, we will explore the nature of anxiety, its effect on our well-being, and effective strategies for managing it. By doing so, we hope to foster a more informed, compassionate, and supportive community. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a natural and often necessary human response to stress or perceived danger, characterized by feelings of worry, nervousness, or unease. It serves as a protective mechanism that prepares us to face potential threats. However, when anxiety becomes excessive, persistent, and interferes with daily activities, it can lead to anxiety disorders. These disorders include generalized anxiety disorders, panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, and specific phobias. The prevalence of anxiety disorders are among the most common mental health conditions worldwide. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 264 million people suffer from anxiety disorders. Despite its prevalence, many individuals do not seek help due to stigma or lack of awareness, which underscores the importance of today's discussion. The impact of anxiety on mental health. One, physical health. Chronic anxiety can manifest in physical symptoms such as headache, muscle tension, fatigue, and all that. Prolonged anxiety increases the risk of serious health conditions like heart diseases. We also have emotional well-being, social functioning. Social anxiety disorder can hinder individuals from interacting with others, maintaining relationships, or performing in social or professional settings. This isolation can exacerbate feelings of loneliness and exacerbate mental health troubles. Cognitive impact. As anxiety affects cognitive functions, leading to problems with memory, decision making, and problem solving. The constant state of heightened alertness can make it challenging to focus and complete tasks efficiently. Anxiety can stem from the complex interplay of genetic, environmental, and psychological factors. These include family history of anxiety or other mental health disorders, imbalances in brain chemistry, traumatic experiences, and significant life changes. Understanding the causes is crucial for developing effective treatment and interventions. So in conclusion, understanding anxiety and its impact on mental health is a crucial step towards improving the well-being of individuals and communities. By recognizing the signs of anxiety, seeking appropriate treatment, and fostering a supportive environment, we can help those affected lead healthier, more fulfilling lives. Let us continue to educate ourselves and others about mental health, advocate for accessible mental health services, and support one another in the journey towards mental wellness. Thank you for your attention and commitment to this important cause. Thank you, everyone.
Wow. Please, one more time, a round of applause for our speaker. For the benefit of the younger ones that are here, anxiety, don't overworry yourself. There are some things you just allow God to take care of. We also have here members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in those states, as led by our very positive chairman, Comrade Odio Olaye, were represented by the State Financial Secretary, Alhaji Abdul Rasheed Amasiho. Please round of applause for this. Having heard from our keynote speaker, understanding anxiety and its impacts on mental health, I think at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we have to start going deeper And I'm very, very much interested in this area because our generation, we are now synonymous to drug abuse, taking of hard substance, trying to make yourself happy, even when happiness is not tied to any substance. As a man, happiness is tied to your achievement. For our youths, they are now in the business of drug abuse actively. And to throw more light on this topic, ladies and gentlemen, join me as I make welcome the Assistant Commandant of the NDLA Edo State. Please put your hands together for Adamu Mohammed Abiodun, PhD. I think this is not the first time I will see him in an event like this. God bless you for all you do to support this movement. Thank you.
Good morning, all. May I say, fellow students, good morning? Hope you're not tired. Is there any popular song that you like to sing? This occasion is for you. What? Any popular song that you like to sing? Let's share ourselves before we listen to what I have to say. Somebody up here. Students, be smart, be alive. Thank you.
It's called commerce.
It's called
Commerce.
Come and See. All right.
Commerce.
Commerce, okay. Let's go.
Now which kind of may I never see? I carry God so I fear nothing. Steady in the commerce. Already now I know the parody. You know, be clear your memory. But now we come so man. I live to Atala. Living life to my fire. Burning bright within the inside me. Burning way they might see there are no white color. To remove them, they can't color. Everything inside and my head is just me. You can't fool me. And I didn't want to love one baby and contact. I'm ready to solve. I'm ready for computer. The business like love. Stability of contact. Everything I'm going done. I'm ready to solve. It's
Thank you. Well, I think this song belongs to their generation. I don't know what she was actually singing about there. Just some of you were enjoying it. Okay? Today is your day. We are here to talk to you. We are here to advise you. In as much as you're trying to listen, try and write down one or two things. Okay? From here now, most of you be aspiring to go to the university. How do you start? You start from this place. You start to develop yourself. There is one thing that is destroying children of this generation. And what is that thing? Somebody help me here. What is that thing? One thing that is destroying children of this generation. Every parent is praying that it doesn't enter their home. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Yes. Another round of applause for me. Drugs. It is destroying the children of this generation. I'm married, I have children. Every day I pray for my children. I say, God, everything, especially drugs that destroys children of the generation. Father, keep it away from my children. I'm a drug law enforcement officer. I've spent over 20 years on this job. I've seen the danger of drugs. I don't want it to come near me at all. The best solution is please don't start it. Some of you that are youths, how do you get involved in drugs? Then before we go, what is drug? Drug is anything that you take in and it makes your body to react to or work in a way that it is not supposed to work. Anything that you take in, you might swallow it, you might inject it, you might inhale it, or smoke it, whatever it is, that will now make you to begin to behave or act in negative ways. These are drugs. There are so many of them. We don't have our projectors now, you have been able to see some of them. We have, behind you, we have some of the pictures there. Some of you must have heard some of the names, cannabis sativa, they call it gold. Sometimes they call some of them meth, whatever name they are called, whatever, they are all drugs. I want to warn you here, don't ever try it. And how do you begin to try it? Your friends will tell you, take this thing. By the time you take this thing, just take it once, you will be like that man. And that is how you take it and you miss your way. You now take drugs, and drug has that capacity to hook somebody, just like a fish hook. You drop it in the water with the bait. Once the fish comes to take it, it will hook the fish. No matter what, it will not let go. That is how drug is. So it is anything that you take that now makes you to behave in negative ways. And how do you, what makes people use, what makes children go into drug? Number one, there are so many factors, but number one is what we call peer pressure. Peer what? Pressure. What did I say? Peer pressure. Don't let your friends push you into something that is not good. It is called peer pressure. Because you are friends, you sit on the same table, you stay near each other's houses, you stay on the same street, and definitely what one person does, you also want to do. If one person starts using drugs in the group, the tendency for that person to influence others is there. Ensure that you make up your mind that no matter what, you will not get into it. Are we together? Now, I'll briefly look at some other areas that this issue of drugs can affect. Drugs can cause health care problems. Health care problems. Health problems. People that are into drugs, they have challenges of breathing. When you smoke, cigarettes, or take cannabis or whatever, it affects the lungs. It's one other factor. Then they have lung cancer, which is also another effect of it. Then we have mental health issues. We are here today discussing mental issues, mental health issues. Taking drugs can lead to sleeplessness. You can't sleep. Sometimes you will not be able to sleep. You have anxiety. You have what we call psychosis. Thank God we have some of our doctors here to be able to go into more details. You go around the streets in Benin, you see young men moving and talking to themselves. He's just talking, he's laughing, he's talking, he's laughing. Is it normal? Huh? He's just moving and he's talking to himself and he's laughing. It's not normal. Those are the gradual stages of madness. And some people will say, no, he went home for Christmas, December, and he came back and he's doing one time. No. Go Go and find out when you went to the village for Christmas. I'm sure he started taking something. So it has started affecting him. So drug leads to mental health issues. Then we have social issues. Social issues, they have to do with the way we live and interact with ourselves. If you see a drug addict, you never want to stay with that person. He does not have they don't have their beds. They look very dirty. They look unkempt. They are smelly. You can't stay near them. And then, because of their lifestyle, they affect the family. Father will be blaming the mother. Look at your son. He has become an addict. The mother will say, is he only my child? It is her child. They start having issues. So children do not go into drugs. If you go into drugs, the tendency of destroying your home, your parents' home, is there. Keep away from drugs. Then you now have economic burden. Somebody that is not mentally sound, the person is not well mentally, can the person be productive? Can the person work? Can the person make money? Can't make money. The only thing the person can do is to look for what to steal. You steal something and go and do what? Buy drugs. Those are some of the economic challenges that we can talk about here. Then we have crime and insecurity. One of the major foundations or pillars or drivers of crime that we have in the country today is the use of drugs. See, it is not easy to commit crime. Anytime we have our police friend here, you ask him, anytime they arrest armed robbers, kidnappers, or whatever, by the time you search them, or apart from seeing the weapons, the knives, the guns, the cops, or whatever, one other thing that you find with them is what? Drugs. They just have to take that drug for them to have false boldness. It makes them bold. So that's why when they take that drug, they see somebody and they just kill the person. Because when you take drugs, it kills your mind, it deadens your mind. You are no longer human. Even if somebody is crying, please don't kill me. I'm the only child of my parents. You are not hearing anything. All you are hearing is what? Noise. And you just what? Kill the person. It is after that you realize that I have done something. That is what some of the things drug can do. Let me tell you from a personal experience I had some years back. My cousin struggled to finish university. He was posted to Enugu State for NYC. When he came back, he met his other friends that they used to move together. And because he doesn't take drugs and they were drugs, he was not interacting with them. Because the Bible says light and darkness cannot do what? They cannot stay together. So he just passed them and what? Greeted them. And that thing annoyed them. And they now said, oh, is it because you have done your service and you just passed, you are feeling one kind? He now said, guys, please don't be angry. He left home. When he went in, one of them got angry. His best friend, his childhood friend, got angry. And he now went to my cousin's house in the evening and told the neighbor that he wants to see my cousin. So when they called him, my cousin came out. You know, there's this club they used to play golf. You know, it's one iron like this. This white man, they used to play golf like this. But the guy took it. As soon as my cousin was coming out, he smashed it on his head and ran away. Before 2 hours, my cousin died because it is shattered his brain and everything. So they arrested that guy, took him to the police station. This thing happened in Kaduna. It was after the what? The third day. It was after the third day that the guy now said, what am I doing here? They said, you killed your closest friend, your childhood friend. He said, I'm not the one. When they now showed him the corpse, they showed him the picture and everything. He was what? He was crying. He was remorseful. We were all very bitter. But the young man was already dead. It is since that time that I've had this passion and this bitterness that I always carry about drugs. Because if it has not touched you, you will not know what I'm talking about. For somebody to suffer through school, finish university, NYC, and job is about to come, and then one useless person. That boy is serving prison sentence now. So those are some of the things that drugs can do. It can lead you to kill somebody, and you will not know what you have done. And by the time you realize, you will not be able to come out of that negative situation. I hope you are following me. Yes, in Edo State here, I'm just a few months here. I noticed there's what they call Yahoo Yahoo. They say there's Yahoo Yahoo, there's Yahoo Plus. Be careful. Some of you girls who are just coming up, don't look at some of those white vehicles and AC they are putting. Unless they use people for money rituals. I don't know whether it's true or it's not true. Whether it's true, whether it's not true, be what? Be careful. And you young boys here, don't look at those white GLK and all those, what's this Lexus vehicles they are driving and say this guy is enjoying, and then you go and do your hair, put earring and hang your trouser here. And then they say go to one shrine, go and bring your mother, go and bring this, you want to enjoy life. No. There is no what, there is no shortcut. Am I communicating? Good. Then, when you are into drugs, it can lead you to take in, without knowing, some deadly diseases, especially HIV and AIDS. There's the category of people who call injecting drug users, IDU. What I mean here is that some of them, earlier on I said there are different ways you could take drugs. Some of them take drugs by injecting it into their system. They get syringe, melt the drug, pull it, inject into their body. And so many of them are already sick. Have AIDS, they have liver problem and kidney problem. But the most sad thing here is that they share this needle amongst themselves. One person can inject himself, and maybe that person is carrying disease, maybe AIDS. You inject himself, you drop it, another one will carry, and then inject himself. These are IDUs, injection drug users. Cases of HIV/AIDS will continue to increase in that kind of way. So drugs, there is no road in drugs. There is no road in drugs. You say what? No to drugs. Say what? Say what? Then we have road accidents. Somebody that is high on drugs, the person will not see clearly. The person will not think clearly. He's driving, he has gone to the town, he has bought one of his drugs, and he's driving his GLK, and he sees two vehicle lights in the night, one light here, one light here. He will just tell his friends, hey, Osaro, see these two machine men, make I pass them. And meanwhile, it's a vehicle, it's a truck. Ooh, he wants to go and pass the machine man. Wow! He has killed himself, killed Osaro and Edosa or whatever. Drugs will not make you to see clearly. It will make you to think clearly. Stay off drugs, please. Then you have violence and crime. These drug users, they are always prone to violence. Little thing they are angry. Little thing they want to fight. Little thing they want to grab bottle and break and kill somebody. Drugs make you like that. So, what are the way forward? How do you stay away from drugs? The number one way of staying away from drugs is from occasions like this. You are lucky to have been selected by your school, and you are lucky you have organizations like this that have the passion to spread this message. We hope that you are here, you are listening. Apart from listening, you take things down. Apart from writing, go back and tell your friends, tell your parents at home, this is what I heard. They told me, say no to drugs. Are we together? Then we now have rehabilitation and treatment. Those are the psychiatrists. They try to see if they can bring the person back to normal. They are going to tell you it is often a very long, difficult road. That is why I said don't start it in the first place. Because when you start to go back, it's going to be very difficult. I hope some of the principals or guardians of some of these schools are here. We're inviting you to our office at Okasa. You come there, we have a section. You see some young men. All of them are graduates. We have 2 of them from abroad, from United States. One is a doctor, one is an engineer. Brilliant children from Edo State, but they are useless. Why? Drugs. They are in our office. Every day we are trying to see what we can do to bring them back. But I said it is a long and difficult road, and it is expensive treatment that they have to undergo. Then we now have drug law enforcement. That is where people like me and my colleagues will come in. We talk to you, we enlighten you, we advise you, and if you don't want to listen, then we use the power that the government has given to us. We arrest you and we jail you. That is when drug law enforcement comes in. Then we also have community-based initiatives, different communities. Because I know that in the Edo State now, one of the major challenges that I have noticed is the issue of drugs. Don't leave it alone for ADLA. Don't leave it alone for the NGOs. It is all our responsibilities. Everybody must join hands together to tackle this issue. Then we now have healthcare advocacy, where you have medical doctors, psychiatrists that come in and talk to you and open your eyes so that you see that drugs have no way, that drug is dangerous. It destroys you physically, destroys you psychologically, destroys you emotionally, mentally, economically, and makes you a liability, not only to yourself, to your family, and also to the community and the nation at large. So, please, young ladies and gentlemen, my piece of advice is stay off drugs. Is that okay? Doctor, sorry, could you just stand up? It's a doctor. Don't you like what you are saying? Give me a round of applause. Okay, doctor. Here's another one. Look at him. Please stand up, let them see you. Let them admire you. He's a doctor. Thank you. Do you think they are on drugs? Are they on drugs? If they are on drugs, they will not be here. If they are on drugs, they will not come to talk to you. Who wants to be a doctor here? Yes. Doctor, whatever category you want to be, you know what you want to be. Stay off drugs. Is that okay? Am I getting a promise from you? Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much.
All right, one more time, a round of applause for. You see, it's very friendly now, right? So it's friendly. And his job is to catch, persecute, arrest, and send to jail people that are. No, the prison is in Oko. The president, I just came from Oko, wrong. So his job is to take people that are taking drugs to Oko prison. Do you want to go to prison? If they do not catch you, the drug itself will catch you and will take you to psychiatric hospital, Uselu. These are people that will give you injection. Do you want them to give you injection and then you are mad? Muselu is not like fine, it's fine. The way they use it as jack way. No, I don't expect crazy people. You want to create, let me see your hand up. I'll clap for you. So if you want to be normal, you want to be a great person, doctor, lawyer, engineer, can I see your hand up? So celebrate yourself. Say no to draw. So the speaker is saying, look at doctor. Are they not fine? Nobody people say look at comedian. Am I not fine? Don't you want to be like me? No, this is really funny. Okay, I'm also a graduate from uni, but don't you want to be like me? If I marry before they are rejecting me. Okay, no, they want to be doctor. No mind them. Even me, I want to be doctor when I grow up. Let me grow up. You will know when your mother said, no matter what, when we are young, I want to be a doctor, lawyer, pilot. Even if I'm will become a pilot, I mean, they cannot do this. All of you will become doctor in Jesus' name. Nobody will be DJ. What are they doing? One of my friends, electrical engineering. I know Omazua. The guy is not in my school. He's working with the doors. So nobody wants to be a comedian. I told you. You still want to be a comedian? Or houses? You want to be a comedian? I have 3 children. You still want to be a comedian? I am the governor of my own state. Alright. When you grow up, God will make you become what you want to become in life in Jesus' name. I don't even want people to be comedians. They are too much. Then you work for the nation now. Go and be doctor. Who looks like having food. Or go you see go to work. You will strike. You will remove your salary before you know it. You're not to play. You're not to play. Nobody will strike us. We strike the people. And before you know that, union of football strike. And then the gratuity that you are paying on the way, you be carrying that and all, but that can't be doctor. Lord will pour your body. All right, our guy here has spoken. He has said a lot of things. So once we open up for questions, if you have anything that's bothering you want to ask questions, and you're free. Let's just take 2 or 3 questions about drugs and then its abuse. I'm very, you want to say something? Let Dr. give me the mic. Please, you don't want to say yes. What do you want to say?
I want to ask about drugs. You know they are importing drugs from other countries. They are trafficking drugs to our country. Where people go and sell it. Why don't we block the trafficking? Those people they are really used to our country to get arrested.
Very sharp. I know the answer. But you supposed to become comedian. I'm not talking. Okay.
Yes, my dear, what's the name? Success. Pray for your success. Nigeria is a very, very large, very huge country. We have other countries bordering Nigeria. And as at yesterday, Nigeria has over 3,000 border posts. What is a border post? That is a place where you can from one country and go to another. Nigeria has over 3,000 border posts. That is the ones that officers are there. Then we have the ones that officers are not there. It is very, very difficult to man these areas. And we don't have the technology and other things that we need. So that makes it difficult. But in NDLA, we are doing our very best to ensure that when some of these drugs come into a doorstep, for example, we are there 24 hours mining checkpoint. If you are coming from Onitsha to a doorstep, we we have our men there. If you are coming from the north to Edo State, we have our men at Upela. If you are coming from Lagos to Edo State, we have our men there. Then is it all the vehicles you can search? We cannot search. We just do what we call profiling. We stop, we check, we stop, we check. And there are times by the time we are stopping and checking, some of you, maybe people like suspects like you say, what are these people doing? They are wasting our time. Please, we are what? Working. Cooperate with us. So it is not an easy task, but we are doing our best. Is that okay? Thank you.
In other words, we see the really long is not like. Okay, because of where they can bring, and if they bring nobody back, they will stop to bring. So forget those that bring. Where success, if you buy their business, it's your friend. One more time, one more person, please. Come to the front. Come. You two don't want to be a commander. What do you want to do with your? That's all. I like it. Okay, drugs actually is not dangerous. It's drug abuse, and there are some drugs you are not supposed to take. I don't mind this, I will not lecture anybody. I will not say anything yet. People rejected my profession from my head. Okay, talk.
Yeah, you see, we cannot sit down. Yeah, I believe what you are trying to say is that if drugs are bad, why is it that the government has not banned them? Drugs, some of them are good. When they say abuse, what is abuse? You insult something, you overuse it. For example, now, you meet me, I'm a doctor, and you complain that, sir, I'm having headache. And also, okay, take this paracetamol, take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. You tell me, thank you, sir. As you are going, say, this man no know what's in the worry me, this headache passed my power. So it's all you to take 2 morning, 2 afternoon, 2 in the evening. You now take 6. What have you done to yourself? You have abused that drug. That 6 you are taking, it will affect your liver, it can affect your kidney, it will affect your system. That is how drugs. Some of these drugs, like cocaine, heroin, and the like, some of them they have health benefits. But you are not suffering from maybe headache, and you now begin to take medicine for headache. Is it going to work? It will work. It will turn somewhere else. So we cannot ban it completely. Are you with me? We can't ban it. The only thing we try to do is that we make sure that we control people that are using it illegally. That's all we can do. And that is where NDLA comes in, and that is where your organization comes in to try and warn people. Don't use this thing. It's not meant for you. And that is where we have our doctors here advising us that we see the negative side effects. Thank you.
Why not clapping? Come on. Thank you very much. I think that would be the most we can take from this. Please round of applause for the teaching of your NDLA. Now we're making progress. He has emphasized on drugs. Now we want to start bringing in medical doctors, consultants to stretch our mind on the medical implication of all this. But please, they have used so much grammar. The most common drugs in our society of today is weed. They call it Igbo. Right? So, NDLA, the name that they all your heroine, they want to know, let Igbo. Somebody say Igbo. Igbo is bad. Say Igbo. You see all those boys that will do that, they are not enjoying anything. It is their death. They are just, do you know secret? They used to write smokers and what? Smokers are welcome. So why are you using your money to buy that young? Madam, give me 4 dial. And if you want to know that this is when you take it, it affects your brain. Their discussion, there's no sense. When you overtake all this ego, there's no sense. Somebody when people are discussing, one will lead to the other one, right? Somebody might say, now let's assume Esosa and Mr. Hong, right? Now they want to discuss about our head. All the discussion will go towards my head. You hear somebody like, no, please, I'm not smoking. And so I have 6 credits, and I'm going for medicine. So someone will now be like, I have 5, but I'm so happy I have government and literature, so I'm going for law. Right? Actually, the discussion is correlated. Now, 2 people that are smoking, it does not work, but they have mental imbalance. Somebody will just say, Papa said, the rule Lagos State well, no. The other will have it like, why make you go night club? Now it's like, I want to go inside wheelbarrow. Now they are now becoming mad. And one of those hazards of this thing they call ego, it depresses your brain. I'm talking, and people are not writing. Don't take this serious. When Oga was talking, you were writing. Someone writing, you don't depress your brain. I will force people. Take me to be an enemy to God. Ego depress your what? Some people, they are not my friends. That's smoking ego. Opposite their house. Their house was not very far. It cost them to smoke ego. Okay, our girl wants to come picture with the children. And okay, are we using this way or that way? Outside. Oh, there's a bag over there. Can you also have all the children? We are moving. Children from Opa, you will understand this. It goes more than any other. When you will see go all the time, right? We are.
Just watch. Listen, let us go inside. Others of the
All right, thank you.
Can we speak that of that now, please? Can we please have this all back? Can we get settled, please? The resource persons you are seeing here, they are very, very busy set of people. All the doctors, everybody, including busy that you don't want to see them. I'm extremely very busy. So that they are all here this beautiful evening is because of the love they have for humanity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you on stage to throw more light on the medical perspective of this topic. So, students, join me as to make welcome Dr. Owie Gio. Please round of applause. Is a consultant psychologist. Let's hear from our consultants.
Once again, good afternoon. I am Dr. Owie. I actually thought I would be using a projector to talk to us. It would have been far more sweeter, but fortunately, you will not be able to see what I am saying on my slide. I want to welcome the executives of the road transport workers of the union. Thank you for coming. As I sat down, before they even introduced you, I was telling my friends that I'm going to tell Repo. I don't know, Oga Repo. Okay, I was telling him that next year I will pray that this kind of talk should be at the car park. We'll rent canopies. Hold it at the car park there. Let the speakers there, let the canopies, big ones, let it be like the trains. Let the drivers, the marketing, the street people that are there, let them come in to hear about mental health. I'm planning to do one maybe in St. Saviour's Junction between now and Upper Summer, between now and the end of the year. I just hope that whatever we are going to learn today, you will take it home and it will make a difference. MC Casino, thank you for introducing us. I still remember that hit that you produced. You called your team together and you told them to call their spouse to tell them I love you, and I was shocked. Only to call the wife and be the husband to say I love you. So waiting, my money will ask me also. Because we're not used to saying I love you. It's okay. Thank you very much. Hallelujah. I thought we are in church, but I know that it's in an environment. I'm also a pastor. So please pardon me. I want to disprove something I said at the beginning about those that attend the MCU. I find it I consider it a privilege, but also an opportunity to disabuse your mind about psychiatry and mental health. Mental health is not only for the polo or the colloquial. It's not only for those that are brain have not squeezed. Mental health is for everybody. Mental health is much more than the absence of mental disorders. Mental health is an integral, it's a part of health. And I can confidently tell you that there is no health without mental health. And our mental health is determined by a lot of things: socio-economic, biological, and environmental. You feel differently if the rain is falling and when the sun is shining. You feel differently if the road to your house is good and the rain is falling, and if the road to your house is bad and the rain is falling. The difference is clear. I don't know whether you understand it. If you stay somewhere, let me just say Uluku or somewhere in Okida, where there are no roads, and the rain is falling, the way you are feeling is different from those who are staying along the airport road. When the rain is falling, just like an example. If you want to know the difference, Red House looking at it, and maybe later park, Red House and not get working. You will not know what we are talking about mental health. Everything that when we talk about mental health today, we are specifically talking about anxiety. Anxiety is an emotion characterized by a feeling of tension. It is associated with worried thoughts, physical changes. It can cause high blood pressure. High blood pressure. Anxiety is not the same thing as fear. It's just a note. Okay? Although we can use both of them interchangeably. Anxiety is more concerned with your future worries. It's a long-acting response. And most of the times, anxiety is based on a threat that you cannot specifically pin. Whereas fear is a present, appropriately, shocking response to a clearly identifiable threat. Okay, somebody you are walking and you just see some boys gathered around you walking behind you by 7 o'clock. You are afraid. Okay, but anxiety is when you are walking along ring road by 10 o'clock. You are not seeing anybody. Okay, nobody is beside you. Okay, if you are walking along, let's assume you are walking along ring road by 9 o'clock. You see two boys walking and they are looking at you, and you see two of them living where they are smoking blue and they are coming towards you. You have a right to be afraid. That's fear. But anxiety is that you are walking along ring road, 5 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and you are holding your pockets, you are holding your phone, you are grabbing everything, you are worrying, you are worrying when there is nothing actually pursuing you. That's what anxiety is all about. It could be a natural response to pressure. Okay? Because you just remember that somebody passed through here yesterday and they stole his phone. It could be a natural response to threats, but it can become a problem if it affects our everyday life. I thank everyone, I thank Rebel and Minematters for this occasion of bringing children in to learn about this issue of worry or anxiety. There is a normal anxiety or worry. It's very important. Everybody is normal. Normally, there should be worry. In that, as you are going to school as children, there is normal worry. In that, exam is coming. It is anxiety that makes you do it. Because last time, even if you took first, you are anxious because if you don't have a normal level of anxiety, you will not read. Somebody that carried 10th last time will now come and take first from you. So that they will not take first from you, there is a normal level of anxiety that you have to exercise. When men leave house every day, there is a normal level of anxiety. I don't know how to take it. Like my mom was also, you want to go and walk. It's normal. Everybody needs pressure to become the best he or she can. So, but they've got to realize that the pressure that we exert in life is like a rubber spring, rubber band. That's what my children like rubber band. It's like a rubber band. You stretch it, you stretch every person to a normal level. It gets to a level that the person can no longer hold. It breaks. That's when it now becomes an anxiety disorder. That's when it now becomes an anxiety disorder. There is what we call arousal and stress. I know which class mainly which class are you here? J2. Okay. Have you done what they call the biology flight and fight or fight response? Okay. Just assume something happens. You are just going. I think you just get a bunch of wow. What happens? The first thing that happens is that your body releases what we call the fight or flight, like the fight or the run response. Immediately, your blood pressure shoots up. The next thing that happens is that blood flows away from your tummy to all your muscles. Your pupils, your eye narrows down to focus. Your adrenaline rises. before you know what is happening. I'm sure that at some instances, some of you may just go ahead and the mind tells you that they are coming for you. You will stay this way, you will not know when you get there. That's what we call the flight of fight response. With arousal or constant anxiety, there is always a regular subtension. Because what I'm talking about today is very important because many of us in this country, we are under tension. This country, we are under tension and anxiety is at a high level. I'm saying this now to remind you, Uselu Psychiatric Hospital, you don't fool. No bed. Yaba Psychiatric Hospital, you don't fool. Many private psychiatric hospitals, you don't fool. I'm not joking, you don't fool. No space. Doctor, put down for floor, put down for bed. The clinic, day by day, Father, I was telling you, you took me out from clinic. People are going to suffer because I know, because I'm not there. The crowd is going on because I have to go to see. Anxiety, worry is terrible. With anxiety, we can become frustrated. I've already talked about the impact. Excessive worry comes in. School fees, house rent, you go to the market. My wife used to go to the market and buy things. Recently, my wife was not at home, and his mother-in-law, grandma decided to go to the market. Grandma was at the market calling, hey. When I was asking for money, I tried to ask for more. This one don't go. Grandma was shouting. Frustration could arise. You just buy something today. In fact, the first time I was at the traffic light, I called a pure water. I beg, give me pure water. I want to say 250. I provoke. 250 for pure water for what? I was calling my saliva. You can get to the extent that stress and everyday affairs can bring frustration, anger, and body damage, which can occur with hypertension. Now, what is mental health? First and foremost, I will define health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. For somebody to say that you are healthy, you must be physically healthy, you must be mentally healthy, and physical, mental, and social well-being. If you get up in the morning and they call you, your grandma don't die, you are not healthy. Because socially, mentally, you are not okay. So it is not just the absence of disease we are talking about. To say somebody is fully well, it's not the absence of disease. This man must be physically healthy. For some of us that are here, especially the young ones, you are physically healthy. You must be mentally healthy, and you must be socially healthy. Then, an important implication of this definition is that health is more than the absence of mental disorders or disabilities. Many years ago, the World Health Organization released a circular. They wanted to find out what is the greatest factor that improves the health of people. Is it building hospitals? Does building hospitals improve health? Generally, it does. Does having good, but assuming this whole place, being now as it is, they went from city to city and interviewed cities. A lot of people. What are the greatest factors that improves health? They discovered that increasing minimum wage, I'm saying something, increasing minimum wage improves health much more than building hospitals. Why? Because by the time your income increases, you have enough money to pay your children's school fees. You have enough money to buy food. You have enough money to buy food. All those that madam give me 2 grams and cut without have stopped. You can now buy more or whatever things you want to buy. It improves your level of satisfaction and your health and social well-being improves. Mental health is a state of well-being. You see, mental health, why I was telling our MC, Casino, Because it's important that when you are writing, please write it down. Children, write this down. Mental health is a state of well-being. It is a state of well-being in which mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual, number one, realizes his or her own abilities. It's a state of well-being in which an individual, number one, is able to realize his or her own abilities. I want to become a doctor, and you are able to realize it. I want to become an aeronautical engineer. You are able to realize it. It gives you a sense of mental health. You don't understand what I'm talking about. Because some of the children in the villages, some of them may be more brilliant than you, but they don't have secondary school in their village. They are not mentally ill. Please pay attention. They are able to, each time they realizes his or her own ability. Number one. Number two, the individual can cope with the normal stress of life. You can cope with the normal stress of life. That's the second thing about mental health. Three, this individual can work productively and is that number three. Number one, individual can realize his or her own abilities. Two, individual can cope with the normal stress of life. I just told you about brain. Brain is a normal stress. But when going home, you look at the floor you are going to sweep. The last time you swept that floor, your car visited the mechanic. This time rain fall, you are not happy. You are not mentally healthy. It's affecting your mental health. Some of us, when it rains, you now wait for 1 or 2 hours before going home. Those things affect your mental health because you may vent your frustration on your wife or your family or your people that are coming working with you. Number three, this individual can work productively as they work with the silly results. It begins, we tell you, I got to do a man as we pound here, the sian could come. If you are walking in life and you are not seeing it, just labor from morning to night, and then you reach out to your wife saying, "When you welcome, I beg, give me money, they will say don't finish. That don't finish. And you are not able to provide. Oh boy, you are not mentally healthy. And number four, this individual is able to make a contribution to his or her community. To his or her community. Contribution goes beyond giving money. Can you get up and say that in this our street, they want to work on Saturday? I will say, okay, fine. I'm not going to work on Saturday. Can you afford not to go to work? Or if you did not go to work, you will not eat. So those are the 4 things that are important. For you to be, for us, we can say that in these 4 things, mental health, for that person, it's not that in these 4 things, there's nothing like grace inside. You understand what I'm talking about? So there are a lot of normal people you see on the streets that are not mentally, they are going to get there. But it's important to take this. Mental health is fundamental to our collective and individual ability as humans to think. It's important for us as individuals to think, for us to emote or relate with one another. If mental health is important for us to interact with one another, earn a living and enjoy life. On this basis, the promotion and protection and restoration of our mental health is a vital concern for every individual, communities and societies throughout the world. I need to tell people, you are your brain. Your brain is you. They do kidney transplant. Children, you have heard of kidney transplant, bro? Somebody has a kidney failure, you go to some specialized centers. Somebody who is do not compatible that donate kidney to the person. They will remove one of the kidney and give the person so that that person can live. Maybe donate blood. Maybe some of you have been sick before and people donated blood and give to you. When they donate kidney to you, you are still living. When they donate blood to you, you are still living. Now, I don't know whether you read that they were able to somebody live for over 100 days on a pig heart. When his heart failed, they carried the heart of a pig and gave to him. He was able to live for about 160 days, that's about 6 months. on the big house. Hello, are you somebody about him? Yes, he was still him. But can you imagine? Just imagine. Just imagine. They remove this my brain and give it to this my other, and collect of that brain and put in my head. Will I still be me? Hello? I will no longer be me. I will not be talking again. I'll go to his house and be challenging his wife and say, honey, no, looking at the face is different, but the brain, he will not be the one to deliver this lecture. I don't know whether you are hearing it, because the brain has changed. So practically, you are not your leg, you are not your kidney, you are not your blood, you are your brain. Your brain is you. So if you don't pay attention to your brain, you are going to have a problem. Now let me say something which is very important. It matters a lot. Okay? If somebody now, maybe as you are seated now, somebody match you wherever you are, in your front, you look at the person ahead of you. I mean, yeah, you think, okay, this person match me. Or if you are sitting around the table, somebody match you, you know that it's around the front, but don't know the table that match you. If somebody throw ball and it hits you on the back, you don't turn back to look at the person. You know why? It is your brain that tells you. As I'm talking now, even if you put your head down, your brain will tell you that somebody is talking. You'll be hearing the sound. You will not only be hearing the sound, you will know that I'm talking with a microphone. And you not only hear that I'm talking, you will know the direction from which I'm talking. It's your brain that does all those things. It's your brain that has been programmed to do all those things. But there's a problem. Your brain that tells you about all things. When your brain has a problem, nobody can tell you. I don't know whether you understand it. That's where the problem is. Because even in anxiety disorder, I've seen people that are worried and anxious, and you are telling them, "Bro, calm down. Your body is all showing signs of mental problem." Say, "No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm going to work. I'm going to work." So you are fine like 2 years and fine. The reason is that the brain that should tell you that it's not fine is shutting down there. So please pay attention. There's a picture I wanted to show you to talk about this vigilance in a normal person. I put here a slide on a madman on the streets. Madman on the street, vigilance, just for it. And I put a picture of a man in suits. And I'm going to ask all of you that are here. Between that madman on the streets and the man on suits, who is likely to commit suicide, to kill himself among us? They are wrong. The men on suits. Most statistics have shown that it is apparently healthy people like you and I. Those madmen on the streets, they don't commit suicide. They don't. Yet, when they enter the room and they are hit by a hit and run drivers, it can happen to normal people. Most suicide, people that kill themselves, happen to normal people, people that are like you and I. I deal with it every day. Recently, they brought, I can't who I talk about this story. There's this girl, that 23-year-old girl. They brought her to the hospital because she wanted to kill herself. She drank sniper. But she was able to survive. The hospital treated her well. After they revived her, they now said, "Go and see the psychiatrist." So when she came, we started finding out, "Okay, why you don't kill yourself?" She kept quiet. She didn't say anything. But after careful interview, she started crying. She fed wet. She did peace for house. 23-year-old girl, fine girl, she did peace for house. All through her secondary school days, the father and the mother, they did everything. No more water from 6 o'clock. They did everything they do. They don't flog her, beat her, do everything, eating all this stuff. So they now learned how to help her. She stays in her room alone. When she peace for house, the mother, she will come out, she will open window curtains. She will pull the bed for window so that it will dry. When she went to the blessing, the father paid heavily for off campus for her. She stays alone off campus. When she graduated and went for NYSC, she was wearing pampers all throughout that 1 year. Now she has boyfriends, boys that want to talk to her. She wants to get married. She can't go to grandma's house. She can't go to auntie's house to go and stay. She can't go to anybody's house to go and stay behind. Right now, her best friend got married, and she cannot afford to have a boyfriend. Why? Because even though she's a graduate, she did peaceful house. So she just decided to get it up. Normal person, fine girl that everybody see, people will look at and be, oh, say, I want to be like this girl. I want to be like this. They were shocked to hear that she nearly killed herself. Then I just asked her, is that why you wanted to kill yourself? So yes, what's wrong with you? Come on, if you try that thing again, I will beat you. Take this tablet. Take one tablet, you start. After 5 days, start taking 2 tablets. I'll see you in a month's time. If you beg wait again, let me see you. In a month's time, she came to us and said, Doctor, thank you. I said, I only peace for house 3 times this month. And I said, what happened? He said, that's the first time in my life that I can sleep for a whole week without them. I said, okay, increase the tablet to 3. You did. I didn't see her again. Call the mom, she's well fully. She's totally free to me. See, when we talk about mental health, thank you for that. When we talk about mental health, go beyond mental, so that you can understand the anxiety disorders that we are talking about. You see, there are different types of anxiety disorders. There are what we call generalized anxiety disorders. You also some people, they are always worried. Free-floating anxiety, they are always worried. What are you worrying for? This, that, this. It burns calories. They lose weight over things that do not matter. You just tell them today, the one that smear your younger brother, sister, wife, someone their friend or boyfriend, they don't die. He's not crying. They are worried over things that they shouldn't worry about. Generalized anxiety disorder. There's what we call phobia or phobic anxiety disorders. These sorts of people are the ones that they send to UB teenage. It's as if they are having a heart attack. The person who does, please, it's important that you take note. This person is fine, the one person walking, healthy, doing well. And suddenly, you just have a sudden fear, panic. You grip his heart. Before he was he started, he will be feeling his heart beating. As if he wants to fight, some just collapse. You run them to the hospital, they will do all forms of tests. They will not find anything. When UBTL is true and they can't find anything wrong, making him collapse, his heart is okay, they will refer him to psychiatric hospital. When you now tell him to go to me, how they grace you? No, it's an anxiety disorder. It is called phobia. Now, I will explain what we mean by this phobia. Phobia is unusual fear. There is a common type of phobia is the fear of enclosed spaces. Recently, I was dealing with a woman. The children was telling me she brought her son with me because her son has a mental illness. But as I was dealing with the son, the daughter now told me, why in the consulting room? I now told them to lock the door of the consulting room. I said, my mother will pay the locked door. I said, why? Because she knows if you lock door, she will fit fence for here. In her house, beloved, her house, they don't lock front door. They don't even lock the door to her room. So because of that, the husband and the children have to do a protector around the house. So at night, they lock protector. Their gate and their fence is so high, and they don't even lock the front door. We call it, people like that cannot take lift. You just enter, go to 4-point hotel. You just enter inside lift, but they cannot stay in front. Before it goes up in front, they will never climb staircase because they have a fear of enclosed spaces. If they enter a car, you cannot wind up and only sit. Like you must wind down. They cannot sit in the middle. They will sit at the edge for fear of the building. Now, this agoraphobia, it can be with panic or without panic. The hearts are beating. They are all forms of anxiety disorder. And so we just collapse and faint. You will think that they are dead. It's a very terrible thing. We also think that. That's what they call social phobia. One day in church, one of our protocol officers in church just came and said, sorry, speak over, sir. Who is supposed to take the opening prayers? I said, where is Pastor Felix? I said, Pastor Felix is not close on his way. I said, okay, fine. You take go there, go take the opening prayer. I just left. Oh boy. I left her on stage to take opening prayer. She said that day, As he stand for stage for church, she did peace of body. She had to be holding her leg so that they're not going to see people. There are some people that cannot stand on this stage and talk to public. I don't know whether you understand. It's called social phobia. We also treat it. Then there is what we call specific phobia. All these are all forms of anxiety disorders. All of them. Specific phobia is known to all of you. There's people that they fear cockroach. You understand what I mean? I know a lot of you peers that know how to eat chicken a lot. Don't you like chicken meat? How many of you can touch chicken? Well, I know my sister had chicken meat, but not if you touch it. Just if we, when we are small, my sister will beat me finish. If you want to go for a trouble, I'll go for sure foul. I'll go foul. I will use foul for sure around the best way it beats me, I go carry foul. I use foul to project. You start to declare. She's afraid. We call it specific phobia. There are different types of phobia. You have the fear of cockroaches, the fear of spiders. All those anxiety disorders can be treated. There are people, some people now they walk in masks. Some people can roof 3-story building. 3-story building, they'll go stand on top of the roof. 10-story building, they'll go stand on top of the roof. They look at the hammer. All they break their when they walk. Some of you people like me, you don't have top 1-story building. I'm not the bother you enter. I'm not the entire veranda for 4-story building. I like that's the fear of heights or aerophobia. There's some people are afraid to take aeroplane. Because once you just enter inside the plane, and it's just you just think, no, you know people, you just come to ground, it doesn't be offered for them. Flight hostesses and the others have been taught how to manage such conditions. I know of somebody that cannot travel. If this person is going to enter model from Benin to Lagos, he has to come to the hospital for us to give him medicine. Take a prescription, go and buy medicine. And this person I'm talking to is also the doctor. So it can happen to anybody. So you can have specific phobia. They are all forms of anxiety. Now the reason why we have to teach you this is so that you don't think that it is helpless. That's why I just be as you see me so not be my fault say I can fear cockroach. No, it can be there are different psychological techniques we can use to treat it. There are other anxiety disorders. Okay, there is this we call mixed anxiety and depressive disorder. That's one of the highest. Mixed anxiety and depressive disorder happens when anxiety and depression comes together. I don't want to deviate by talking about depression, but let me tell you, as far back as 2003, World Health Organization predicted that by 2019, no, by 2019, depression will be the second commonest disorder in the world, second only to cardiac diseases. So, anxiety and depression are the commonest diseases in the whole world, disorder in the world. Why? Because it affects a lot of people. What are the signs? How do you recognize anxiety? One, psychological arousal. You are alert at night, fearful anticipation. Your mind is just telling you that something is going to happen. Something bad is going to happen. There is no amount of reassurance that people can give you that will help you. Irritability, any small thing, person is vex. And what is going on now? I don't calm down. What is it? What do you talk when they make you vex? Those people like that, when you see people that are irritable, any small thing they vex, watch out. They need our help. Sensitivity to noise. Whoever can use this noise, have you noticed many times that when you are angry, you don't like noise? Hello, are you with me at all? I don't know if that like to beat your younger ones. When you are worried and anxious, you become very sensitive to noise. Anxiety can be associated with restlessness. Your mind is not at rest. You're just worried, moving about, restless. It can also affect, that's why they say when you want to read, start reading at the earliest part of the term. If they don't bring out an examination timetable, they just add maths and make you the same day. And you are worried that the fact your textbook lexi, book to read lexi, you now be panicking, you are not worried. When you are worried, it's associated with poor concentration. So that's why those that are worried do poorly in their exams. Associated with anxiety, how do you know that you are anxious? Worrying thoughts. Even you yourself just know that you are worried for nothing. You just notice that you are having worrying thoughts. There's what we call autonomic arousal. Your heart starts beating for nothing. I don't know whether somebody is giving to me. Yes, autonomic arousal. You don't see that. You don't feel pains. Your mouth is dry. Even to swallow something sometimes you don't see difficult. Your tummy, some people will come and tell you that they can snap a leg just before, not that I'm hungry, not that the leg is pouring with water, and the leg just get as a big. Oh, you give me a little liver and lie, you're anxious. Some of you, when they just like, you know, during exam period, when they say exam begins by 9 o'clock, teacher never bring paper. You now be seeing children, I want to peace. They see me, auntie, I want to go and peace. I want to go to the toilet. They are all signs of anxiety. It makes you to have frequent or loose bowels. Sometimes you start breathing faster. Or a feeling of tightness in the chest. So we even come with difficulty in breathing. I can't breathe. I remember somebody they brought, I can't breathe. You listen to the lungs, air was empty. Say, bros, calm down. The heart start beating, feeling of chest discomfort. And then sometimes you don't feel as if your heart is feeling. My heart will be beating. I think person heart will be beating. My heart will be beating. I'm not there, so you're not aware of your missed heartbeat. Whereas there's nothing like that. Excessive urination, this. And you know the funny thing, especially to men when they are worried. I'll talk about it later. Oh boy, when a man is worried and your wife can't touch you for night, it is not will get up. When you don't get money, you don't be worried. Anxiety is associated with erectile dysfunction, failure of anal erection. And for women, it can cause menstrual discomfort or abdominal menses. For some women, the menses don't disappear totally. Yes, you don't know music. It's easy when you are a student or you are still young, you don't bother much. But I've seen university students during an exam, their menses disappear totally. A girl lost her father. We used to call her father her girlfriend. She was close to her daddy. And when the father died, during the grief and the anxiety, her menses disappeared for up to 6 months, even after the burial. It takes time to come back. Anxiety can be associated with muscle tension, tremors. If I give to headaches, dizziness, tingling of the extremities, feeling of breathlessness, and worse sleep at night, or what we call night terrors. Person just is afraid, is having shock in the night. I don't know. Am I boring you or you are still following me? Are you following me? Yes. Okay. It has been noticed that up to about out of 100 people, up to 40 will have anxiety at least once in their lifetime. So it is very common. So nobody should tell me they don't have it. Whether it was treated or not, up to 40 would have had anxiety disorders in their lifetime. Remember, there is normal anxiety. I don't know the disorder, the abnormality. It can come, hold you for a while, and just go. It can lead to your functional impairment. This person will not be able to walk, will not be able to contribute at that time when he's worried. I remember one of my friends, I called him my friend, he's a police officer. He treated for anxiety disorder. At the time, many years ago, I had to give him a light duty certificate. He said, why? I said, I don't want you to carry guns. He was arguing. I said, man, if you don't submit this certificate, I will go and drop it myself. He's my friend, I was teaching him. Eventually, he has to drop the letter for light duty certificate so that he doesn't want to be carrying guns anymore. Because he was an anxious person. I was like, you know what they tell those policemen that are trigger happy? That one, just ask one guy, why talking police, he one driver, the key driver. Most of them have anxiety at that point in time that they overlook. They were worried because no human being normally who is not smoking or drinking will just carry gun and shoot because it will not give 100. A lot of them sometimes are anxious. They have worries. They have this anxiety that they are able to control. At that point in time, you will not control yourself. So it can affect your function. Have you seen, I don't see drivers all the time, you put reach accident venue. I don't see people to climb house. Oh, that driver, are you telling you? I'll be driving along, you see trailer driver, not this set of bush. He said, sleep. Some of them, their eyes were clearly open, but they didn't know when they drove into the bush. So what do you think they do? It's all anxiety, functional impairment. So at that point in time, they need help. It is commoner, anxiety is commoner in females, in women than men. Women worry much more than men. In a ratio of 3 women to 2 men, so it's commoner in men. Let me just quickly, for the sake of time, how do you develop anxiety? One, has it happened to you before? Have it happened to you before? This one is associated with post-traumatic. If armed robbers have come, if you have never been attacked by armed robbers before, the sight of a gun is enough to give you anxiety. It's enough to give you anxiety. One day, many years ago, I was a child then. I was following my father to the farm, and while we were driving, we got to Benin, Auchino, we got to this Oku, that palm oil plantation. Armed robbers were attacking people there. When my father parked the car on the road and everybody ran out of the car, the terror alone is enough for me to pray never to leave armed robbery on the road again. Because for over 2 to 3 months, driving around that road, even as a child, was not easy for me. So people can develop anxiety because of something that happened in the past. Trauma. Recently, I was dealing with a woman, married, who is now very depressed because, let me change this now. Okay. My answer. She's now very depressed because she was raped by her uncle when she was young. It can be a learned response from an early life. You can learn worry from a father and a mother that are always worrying. You can learn it. When your father and your mother are always worrying, you can learn it. Then you can experience long-term stress. It can cause anxiety. And then let me also add this: genetic factors are a major reason. Genetic factors. Okay, if worry in the family, you feel inherit that from them. Okay, how do people respond? You see, like the easiest way I can describe it is if a child is running and the child falls, you will see all of us say, if nobody talks to the child, he can get up, dust himself, and cry guilty. Look, and nobody talks to him. He will continue. I mean, but if that child don't force, nobody, they just attack, you look out to cry the more. Why? Because of a reaction. This also happens to you too. If a man now, maybe something just happened to the man, the wife say, come near me now. And he say, man, get up, one day, wife. It did not work. And the wife comes up and says, what they worry you, you don't do that, so it's here. I cannot forget that. Or maybe the wife says some terrible thing that doesn't like. The fear, next time you want to meet with his wife, the fear of resisting fail will make it to fail. You see, when we are treating people, psychiatrists, we treat people who just say my team on the wall. You see why I say they are very common. We treat nearly all things. If a man has my team on the wall, we also treat it because we have to go right. It's anxiety that is causing it. Because you see a lot of people that will tell you, I've seen some men that will come and tell us, oh boy, you think they work for us, they work when we want to sleep on that. But whenever I near my girlfriend, not will work. Wow, we know it's anxiety. So I'll come to you and tell you, say, this is my thing. Oh boy, whenever I deal with you, oh boy, this thing will start for 1 hour. But whenever I get my wife, before I enter, I don't finish. All those are psychological factors associated with erectile dysfunction. It is our job to handle it. Then the use of hard drugs. Our NDA has spoken. I cannot say it enough, but day by day, the use of hard drugs is so common in our society nowadays that they make it appear as if you are not smoking, if you are not drinking, that you are not normal. You say, doctor, you know the smoke. Say no. You sure? Say no. You know the drink. Say, why you put it enjoy? Why you put it enjoy? Ow! Because you don't need to smoke or drink to enjoy. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I have seen the damage. I have seen the destruction it has on people. As much as you can, avoid these things. I know who. Don't even start it because of your friends. Recently, I was talking to a friend, somebody. The father sent him to Harvard University, paid for the fee. They brought him back a cocaine addict. Cocaine addict. Recently, I was dealing with a lady. Was it not last year or 2 years ago? It was when they brought him to the hospital that he said he was attending one university in Minematters. Medical student, 400 level, 500 level. He mentioned the country under St. Louis, Vanuatu. When he said that the country, Nigeria, they try you. The father was working in NFPC. The mother had a very big business in Benin. Vanuatu. So when they mentioned the name of the country, I now open my Google to Google St. Louis. And I discovered that there's a country called St. Louis. It's an island in the Americas. Vanuatu is close by. I'm saying there was a country like that first day. This is where this girl is going to medical school. Meaning that if she graduates from those universities, she's indirectly an American citizen. It means that she can work in America without writing any professional exam. America, Canada, she can work in those places without writing any professional exam because those countries are part of their training. They brought her back smoking cocaine and it go. In fact, they have to, I don't know, because to come from that country, take 4 flights, 4 or 5 interconnected flights. There's no direct flight at all. Before she was able to reach this country, they have to be using phone to beg the lecturer in America because they will first of all fly to America, they fly to another place. They are now making contact among Nigerians among the various embassies to help us go down the airports before they eventually brought her to Nigeria. She was treated, she got better, but that's one thing about drug abuse. The anxiety, the worry, when you're not see her smoke before you will do you. She left home, ran away from home. The father and the mother were looking for her for 4 months, they didn't see her. They saw her in one joint, a completed building with one reference. She don't carry the baby. She don't go now, they don't even know who be the papa. The mama don't carry the woman. And they were telling me they are bringing her for admission again. Should I tell you about my friend that was a computer analyst in Canada? Who started smoking cannabis? The worry and the anxiety became terrible. And the brother was saying, bro, you like say this way you do so. Small vexation, anything they did and creates very soon. Nothing's wrong with you're smoking. No, cannabis is legal in Canada. It's legal, nothing is wrong with me. I'm not mad. What do they do? Oh boy, the brother is a lecturer there. I said, this is my younger brother. If I don't help him, he's Canada, they will finish him. What did he now do? He now told him, the father, the mother, and lo and behold, the mother is a judge. They just lied to him that the elder brother now said, I want to go and do my wedding in Nigeria. They called the father, they called, they said, yes, so come with your elder brother. The elder brother paid for flight ticket for 2 of them. He said, even in the plane, he nearly fought. But he just came in and not worry. They flew him from Canada to Lagos. Lagos is staying in the hotel. In fact, it was war. Said, at Lagos, finally, the brother just begged him, go to the airport. And they called Dr. Weir. I have to make arrangement for them to go and pick him at the airport. Hire a very fanciful car. So when they were coming, I said, let's take the teacher here. For the guy, teacher here, that's a casting hospital. And they say, bros, when are you consider? He flies, he put a bros, we don't arrive, so now for here. The next day, the brother took the flight back to Canada because he didn't have off. He took the flight to bring him because he knows that guy, if he didn't follow him, he will not get to Nigeria. Mental illness is real. And when we tell you not to smoke, we know what we are saying. If you tell yourself, I know what I'm doing, Dr. Bill will be here to harvest you when you fuck up. May God help us. Briefly, what do we do to deal with anxiety? 1, 5 minutes of the truth. 2 minutes of the truth. Obtain information. When you have a problem, find out about the problem. Obtaining information is a coping strategy. 2, solve the problem. When you have a problem, solve it. Make plan. Implement the plan to deal with it. Rather than letting worry. Confrontation. Defending one's right and persuading other people to change their behavior. When somebody makes you worry, is troubling you, go to the person and tell him, don't keep your mouth shut. I said, no, go to the person. I don't like what you did to me. Because when I just go home and you have been venting, so that's what they are all, nobody like me. Who told you that? It is that person that is offending you. So one, I said, obtain information. Two, solve the problem. Three, confrontation. Number four, when you are having problems with anxiety, ventilate your emotion. If you have to cry, cry. If you have to talk to your daddy and mommy or your wife, talk. You will notice that the lack of a close confidence is one of the commonest causes of depression. Not having somebody to talk to when you are having a problem is a major problem with anxiety. Find somebody, cry on the person's shoulder, talk to somebody and ventilate your emotion. Or another thing you could do is what we call about 6 now or 5, evaluation of the problem. Is it really a problem, or do I really need to worry about this or not? If nothing to worry about, forget it. Then you go around and say, this problem I'm facing, is it bad or good? Okay? There are some bad problems that may come, but if you really evaluate it, that's a good thing. So that's what we call positive reappraisal. Learn to see things in a good light. And number 6 now or 7, think of my mind, avoidance of the problem. Avoid problem. Avoid problem. Avoid. The key to less of anxiety. You know who I am. Do you know who I am? I'm going to deal with you. Oh boy, avoid problem. What are maladaptive coping strategies? Use of alcohol. Some people will go and harm themselves so that others will know. I want to go and kill myself. I remember there was called to come and see a baby boy. She hurt herself. She wanted to kill herself because she felt her boyfriend had betrayed her. Deliberate self-harm. That's wrong. Unrestrained feeling or display of your feeling. The problem with this unrestrained display of your feelings that you may now hurt those that really care. Aggressive behavior, violence or aggression is one way to manage anxiety is wrong. It's a maladaptive coping strategy. In conclusion, let me stop here. Stop stigma. We must deal with stigma concerning mental health first. To say that for somebody to say I need help or need a psychiatrist means that you don't follow is wrong. Deal with the stigma. Up to 70% of those that come to us to see us at Uselu have only one major problem: I cannot sleep at night. It doesn't mean that they are bad. Number 2, anxiety is common. So don't exaggerate. Don't think that you are the only one suffering from it. I've told you how to cope. Talk to somebody. Confront the person. Positive reappraisal. Look for a way to solve the problem. If you have a problem, in conclusion, if you have a problem, ask for help. And number 4, let me say this: consulting a psychiatrist is not a sign of madness. Let me say that.
You know, when the MC started learning from the lecture, just know the lecture has gone beyond ordinary. Can you please celebrate our consultant for us? I learned a lot. I've gone through a lot of problems while I was growing up. So I needed this lecture more than you. Because you say, oh, I will not forget the tendency of positive appraisal. Again, hunger can also lead to anxiety. Hunger also lead to anxiety. Hunger also lead to anxiety. So on this note, my prof, want to take breaks so that children can eat. To avoid hunger, anxiety. Am I saying your mind up as we stop the lunch? Do you need lunch? That is why I not know. People that are hungry, they want to. So I say I'm a good student. You never hear say small people when they're hungry, you don't know about buying anything. I guess if you go chop, say to sound that one table. Now our daddy enemy, and your daddy enemy cook fried rice, your mommy cook garlic. You will betray your family and tell your enemy to fight your family. So ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a round of applause for our resource person. And the organizers in their own wisdom, I don't know how correct this this is, because now that I'm in the midst of learned people, that an hungry man is an angry man. I don't know how correct, medically, it's correct, right? Psychologically correct. So they have also made plans for lunch, little lunch, just to cater for your tafawa balewa, your stomach infrastructural needs. Little lunch. It's not last supper. You eat when you get to your house. It's not that no pandemic, just little lunch. I know some people are talking about lunch. They are doing as if it's not their business. You know that kind of when you go to your neighbor house, they come to serve you food. You know that say you don't do it. So I use the bring food for also. You know, I know it takes human direction. The amount of time that you spend in your neighbor's house after they are giving you food. If you leave immediately, it doesn't have to carry you home. At that point, start calculating when you spend So do we have snacks? Hello, they have snacks, right? And they share it together. Just see how we can be having fun. For just 10, 20 minutes, they will take our last speaker. You are speaking, right? You are speaking, I saw you. After I say you don't want to become professor, you want to become doctor, you sleep, patient to you are sleeping. You're also laughing at me that you not become a professor. Yes, they will not give you not to become professor. What do you want to be when you grow? How are you? What do you want to be? First of all, where do you stay? There's no children in Upper. Let me know your location before I play with you. Are you in Siloko? If I let any area in the Upper Siloko, Upper Lawani, Upper Mission. Where I hear Upper Mission. They always know they have Upper Mission extension. What is your mission? I tell those people. So where are you from, sir? I went to Bubu. Before water. Upper I went to Bubu. I don't think that road was so bad that if you are in Ring Road, I want to take taxi. I want to book conductor will ask you before water or after water. I say before water 100 naira, after water 300 naira. I was driving one very sunny day, won't get stuck. I want to yellow candle. I want to go. Yeah, you going to inside water. After water, I said no. Before water, I said no. Yeah, you going to inside water. So the mommy water came for shopping. What's the name of the school? Oh, no, my head wall. Oh, no, every head is big. Head wall. Most people have learned something new. Yeah. You think you're not happy. You passing through anxiety. Why never come? I'm a player. Now I want to figure. When I go back to this food, 780,000. The man that was sitting close to me was happy. He said, thank God you put it. So she said, what are they seeing? Like, come on, be happy. Now what are they doing in school? When I was like, my father is still with me. I stopped. What's the name of the school? Akara was school. All of them. What? Favor Star. Oh, Favor Star International. Wow, where again? Sapler Road. Wow, like all the business. International or Sapler Road. The best school. Please clap yourself. After you do for you. This is your ceremonial outfit, right? This outfit for ceremony, right? This is your uniform. Wow. Now, we're going to here for this. My God! You want to be done with blue light? You got to know that. Yeah. This is not a good one. Chop. Can't be good. You have to, this job is for you. You will not pay, just be eating, there's no hope to eat. What do you want? What do you want, sir? What do you want? Okay. You want to see that? Let's slow music on the background while the children. Please take your food. We still have one more lecture after your meal. I wanted to give her 50,000 naira or like 2 students. But the way you people rejected my profession, I will not give you money. I wanted to ask questions and share 20K for the children. But they said they don't want to be a comedian, so I will not give you comedian money. If you want to be a comedian, say hi. Say you still like? The same people you still like? Because of 20,000, you betray the profession. All the women of NDLA, all the women of NDLA, oh, you know it's very good. This is about for him. NDLA, eat. All the women of ATM. I think that's what this is. I'll give up some money here. Yeah, I know the one that told me to be like, all the women of ATM. Auto Telamish. Is it right? All the women of ATM. Automatic telling. Well, let me be a good guy. Let me also give out 10K. So you guys look down on me. Let me all give out 10,000. You guys really look down on me. I felt betrayed. Just a girl and a boy. Okay, a boy and 2 girls. Come on. A girl and a boy, fast. Then 10K for those 2 people. I will give it to your teacher. Your teacher is here. Where you come? Let me play with you. Come. All you're going to do for us is very simple. Listen attentively. You are going to say this word after me. Don't stop. The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine. 10 times. It will not stop. If you get it right, I give you 10K. If you don't have a account number, if you cross people here, I can find the money. Let's go. Listen. Hold on. These are all. Ladies first. Let's go. The sun shall soon shine. 10 times. Don't say it back to back. And we take it. Is it hard? Is it hard? It's not hard. Now, how long can I say the girl and the you? Let's go.
The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall.
Where are you? Your own is very simple. Now, are you siblings? When I mean siblings, are related? Not related. The guest one are related, it's not another related. Now, see. Is that the Iron Man? It's a for international school. I bet don't be done. It's Iron Man. Okay, it's Iron Man. Now, see your own. William Wilberforce wife. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. Simple. No, William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. Say it 5 times. I give you 10. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. Is it hard? Nothing comes easy. Even the same day when I walk, I hard. You cannot blackmail me. What are these children? Can you walk? Not much for gas. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. Say it five times. Here. And here. Let's go. I bet I can't talk to Orlando. Go and sit down with international school. Oh yeah. William, give me back. If you say 3 times, I'll give you the money. William Wilberforce worry me. Why worry William Wilberforce wife? Where is the teacher? William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. You don't like say worry Efiosa. Efiosa come worry Efiosa wife. The name of the man is William Wilberforce. His job is to worry women. Worry women come worry wife. Is it hard? William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. Say it 3 times and we send it. Read your follow. 3 times. I will 2 times. Now what is civil servant? Civil servant. When you read minimum wage. Oh yeah, the last time people cannot say it now. People will now ask the question to give me money. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. Okay, say it 2 times and win.
William Wilberforce wife worry women. Why women worry William Wilberforce?
What did Wilberforce wife do the way they worry? I ain't say worry women now. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. This is supposed to be difficult. From 10 times, I brought it down to 5 times, now twice, and we 10,000. 10,000 we don't for you to use that now. That's real estate business. Buy car. Yeah, try. This is the last time I say people don't want to be able to take my money home. How many children? I want to go now. You think I'm happy. When I was your age, I'm not the best standard. If I will school and attend them, if you hear standard, I will beat you. Also, you go over Sabi. They have people like you. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife.
William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry Mr. Wilberforce wife.
If it's like, you will almost die. But the children people say, no, you don't want that. See, the children people say, no. Just twice.
William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife. William Wilberforce worry women. Why worry women? Worry William Wilberforce wife.
No, please put your hands together. Here. That's good. You see? Okay. Now your school will not complete the game. Another school now want to take you. Wait a minute. Another school I will. Been on a school giving my. Let me tell you that as for them talking. What do you want to do with you?
Yes, sir.
The doctor. And you want to collect money for a comedian. Bad person. No, I'm not alone. That's it. I'm a poor account. The last one, the name of the deputy governor of Edo State. And you come.
Wisdom. Wisdom.
Please, this is our lunch break. I don't want to interrupt. First bank I do. It's a full of it. I'll find some of 10,000. The school should use 1,000 to renovate. If I have 9,000, this is to get a visa to Canada. All of them to go to the state.
Engineer Marvelous Mobile.
You get them. This is so painful. I thought we were very. Because it's a new deputy government. Never knew you not get it like that. But I can't pass it. You don't mean well for my government. Let me tell my one about for you. All my uniform. I don't know what I had for. I don't know what I go traditional marriage. No, I don't know you. Who's this level? So what am I telling you? I will tell you the official. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll be done with our lunch break. Please clap for me. I don't give out $1 million. So this is to refresh your mind, bring you back alive, stabilize your emotions, make you feel comfortable, and have to go to your level so that you will be happy. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going for another round of lecture. I want to invite my personal physician, my family doctor. He has been my doctor right from my school days. He also worked with the neuropsychiatric hospital in Selu to throw more light on the medical implication of the subject matter involved. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we make welcome my elder brother, Dr. Lucy Eremia. Why are you not coming for my dog? Please celebrate. Now the energy is back. We are much more alive. Doctor, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Usually, after a meal break, the chances for us to have a postprandial sleep is high. What that means is that after meals, when you take meal after a long period of fasting, the chances for you to doze off is high. So please, if you allow me, I will want each and every one of us to stand up. Let's do a small exercise so that we can come back to the class. Are we together? Okay, we are going to try and hello. We are going to try and going to pick something. Mental health. We would try and spell mental with our body. We will leave the else so that we don't waste much time. Someone will suggest to us how we can achieve that so that we can participate. Mental. Can someone spell mental for us? That.
Mental.
C-A-N.
Thank you. M-E-N-T-A-L. Okay, you didn't do wrong there. You thought I was talking about metallic substances. It's like you like chemistry. That's beautiful. Okay, I want us, someone suggest to us how we write M with our body. Okay, if we say this is the middle writing in M, then we can say M like this. Are we together? Please try and do it so that it brings us back to our class. Yes. Okay, how do we write E? Yes, I like that. E. How do we write N? Yes, we can take a letter N and just bend it down. Yeah. The exercise is okay. So how do we write T? Then you have to bring your head down. Letter T. How do we write A? Is it better? Okay. Let me see you, sir. It's all right. Okay, we can take A to be this. And the last one there is L. So we can just stand straight. A small letter L. Thank you, everybody. Please sit down. Sit down. Okay, I'm going to dwell in some areas, and the topic is sedentary lifestyle and depression among young adults in Nigeria. First and foremost, I'd like to also acknowledge that currently in Uselu Psychiatric Hospital, the medical director in the person of Osama Akmonile has diversified the hospital. What it means now is that there is a general medical service in Uselu Psychiatry, and is currently embarking on building a gigantic structure to house that service. Currently today, post-secondary classes of surgeries and medical conditions, Uselu Psychiatric Hospital can now manage them. So, Uselu Psychiatric Hospital is no longer a hospital that is designed for only people with mental illness. So, even normal individuals with medical conditions such as malaria, antenatal care, and the rest can now also obtain those services in Uselu Psychiatry. I am not a mental health doctor. I am a general medicine practitioner. Thank you. My name again is Dr. Eric and to yourself. To make this journey, you remember the topic is sedentary lifestyle and depression among young people. Some of the English will have to break them down by way of definition of text. So, we would like to define the first word here. Who is a young adult? By our standard here, a young adult are individuals within the age range of 18 years and 30 years. Then who is a youth? The World Health Organization defines a youth to be individuals in the age range of 15 to 24 years. So this is against the background of what we usually see in Nigeria, especially in our Nigerian politics and villages, where a 40-year-old man is still shouting, "We are the youth, we are the youth, we are the youth." So we take note of that as we progress. So what do we mean by the word sedentary lifestyle? It is a pattern of behavior characterized by spending too much time sitting or engaging in activities that involve minimal physical movement.
Or we will also define it as, in terms of energy expenditure, as a slight increase, just minimal increase in the energy consumption above the resting metabolic rate. Just to break it down. For someone who is running, is consuming a lot of energy. But for someone who is lying down, is almost at what we call the beta metabolic state. So the man running consumes more energy than the person lying down. Sedentary lifestyle. For someone who is sitting down all day long, doing secretariat services, or just pressing the phone, or watching TV, the energy consumption of that person is just a little more than that of the person that is sleeping. Now, there are a group of practices that only entails that the only thing you do most time of the day is to lie down in the day, do secretariat activities, watch TV, and rest. This group of activities is what we define as basic, as sedentary lifestyle. So in sedentary lifestyle, the body consumes only less than 1.5 of metabolic equivalent of your energy. This implies that for one metabolic equivalent per kg of your body, the body only consumes about 3.5 meals of oxygen. Then we define the pressure, even though it has been defined before by my very senior, Dr. G.O. Owe, a very capable elder, and someone who also schools me. But I just want to add it by way of adding my views to it. Depression is defined as a mood disorder that causes persistent feeling of sadness or loss of interest in activities. Then the next definition is electronic gadgets. These are a set of electronic devices or instruments capable of performing multiple activities at a great speed, ease, and precision. Okay, so the subject that we are discussing is no longer news. We are aware that our routines in this part of the world is changing, especially with modern civilization and the increasing influence of westernization. Our cultures used to encourage extreme physical activities and a seemingly active societal interpersonal relations. What this means is this. Before now, the basic responsibility of our elders are mainly activities that put them in the job. For instance, a farmer, a fisherman. These are extreme activities. Then the recent job that we do now, for instance, I will use myself, a medical doctor. Well, a medical doctor can be anywhere, but again, we also face the risk of sedentary lifestyle. As a matter of fact, we face it more. I'm wearing a wristwatch in my hand. This is a smart wristwatch. I have to buy it because not too long ago, I noticed that I was having real good weight and it bothers me a lot. It's not like I was eating that much, but my activities dropped. But do we believe that a medical doctor's activity can drop? Imagine this. I get to my clinic, patient comes around, we see them. The next person comes in, we see them, and we do this from 8 o'clock till about 4 o'clock. Unless something else takes me away from that seat, I will not stand up from that seat. What's the role of this wristwatch? There is a special feature in this wristwatch that tells me how many steps I have taken a day. Imagine, for today, I have taken just 2,232 steps. Whereas, according to this wristwatch, the standard of steps I should take a day should be 8,000 steps per day. The time is almost 2:30. How much time is remaining? So, this is sedentary lifestyle. And this is the risk that the current trend of civilization has given us. Well, it is nobody's fault. But we have a responsibility to wake up to this reality. This is our reality. And it's not going away any soon. So, what do? We wake up to the consciousness of this and make sure that as much as we can, we make up time to do our own exercise. That is another challenge. The exercise that we want to do, for instance, I take a step, go to a gym or a stadium and do some jogs or some treks. Well, just to mention that the most advanced school of thought support more trekking than running. But that doesn't mean if you run, you are not doing your work. Now, the job does not also permit me that time to go and jog or run. It is that bad. This is my own experience. The bankers have their own experience. The drivers are not different. They sit most times in their car, driving all day long. When you check how much energy has been dissipated per day, you now see that it's quite small. So this explains why, in most cases, when gains may not be far from us. Well, these are some of the issues we are going to deal with. Then I also like to mention again, as we build up the concept for the day, that our parents used to take charge of parenting. They used to forge the way forward for their children. But these days, they almost leave children to phones, tabs, and computer or internet to take their lessons from. The challenge in this is when you get addicted to internet activities, phones, you notice that you spend more time doing nothing. Sometimes there are people that will even go late to school because they are surfing the internet or watching videos on their phone. These are sedentary lifestyles. It is important for us to mention it so that, especially for our young chams, as you grow and join the adulthood, you take note of this thing and find a way to create moderation. The 21st century has exposed us to a lot of these changes, in which case there are increased access to computers, phones, TVs, and playing of video games using electronic devices for extended period of time and sitting while socializing with other persons that may not be physically present. The world today, as we know, is bigger due to its growing population per geographical space, yet it is smaller due to social media influences. Wherefore, you can sit in the convenience of your parlor and be interacting with someone in another continent. That gives us a picture of how small the world is today. Unlike when the highest science we used to do is to go to farm and just manage a small space of time. Well, what is fundamental in this discussion so far is that there is a trend of a predominantly sitting, lying, or reclining routines, and this accounts for the most prevalent sedentary behaviors of note. Like I said, this routine or trend of sedentary lifestyle is not likely to leave us. This is our new norm. Therefore, it is only to our best bet to learn this new reality, accept it, and adjust to ways of balancing sedentary routines with regular physical activities and movement to maintain an overall health and well-being. Why does this matter? The WHO worries about the increasing burden of depression globally. It is so much so that as of January 2020, it was estimated that about 264 million people, irrespective of age, suffer from depression, manifesting as feeling of sadness, loneliness, and mental breakdown. In more severe cases, there is low self-esteem, self-guilt, and easy irritability. You get irritated so easily. These are all signs of a moderately severe depression. And in worst cases, there are suicidal ideations, as well as even committing suicide. Back home, it worries us today about the increasing rate of suicide attempts in Nigeria. This was not our tradition. The typical Nigerian is a die-hard living being. Irrespective of his stress, will be stated. But these days, the event of suicide is increasing. We are talking about a people who was previously identified as the most happiest people in the world. So it is enough time for us to imagine what has gone wrong. From being the happiest people in the world, only recently we have been limited to being the happiest people in Africa, only higher than Kenyans and the likes. As if that is not enough. On a global scale, we are currently in number 102 in the world. This hurts, and we must come to the reality so that we can deal with it and find a way to help ourselves. Whether the government helps us to achieve that or not, we are first a people of resilient character. That's our reality. Now, a study by them, they even reported that the lifetime prevalence rate of a major depressive episode was as high as 3.1% among adults aged 80 years and above, which translates to about 6 million of our 200 estimated population in Nigeria. Sedentary behaviors among youth have been acknowledged as a public health concern due to the widespread accessibility to screen-based electronic gadgets and easy surfing of the internet, especially dangerous sites that may corrupt our ideas. But this is not to say that the internet is useless. It is useful. So the onus lies on us to decide how well we will use the internet. There are so many important things to pick up from the internet. Again, we must be careful what not to pick up from the internet. It has been shown that children spend more than 60% of their working hours on sedentary activities. And this age group is the pivotal period of physical and psychological development. Sedentary lifestyle has been implicated as a cause of increased risk of depression. Why so? I will tell you about a special hormone that is one of the important things we need to talk about sedentary lifestyle. Recall I said just now that someone who is involved in vigorous activity tends to dissipate more energy than someone who is lying down. And it was true also that regular physical activities stimulate the release of endorphins. Endorphins are special hormones secreted in the brain. What they do, they bind to special active sites called the opioid sites. In doing so, they help us to stimulate calmness. It's a reduced stress and reduced feeling of anxiety. They also help promote reduction of pain and an elevated mood. They promote pleasure and reward sensations, as well as relaxation, and help us to attain good sleep. So, the risk in this is that a sedentary lifestyle, on the other hand, also therefore means that there will be fewer release of these endorphins, leading to low and increased risk of depression. Still on sedentary lifestyle, the risk for social isolation is high. Imagine me going to punish myself because one of my friends posted a picture he took 5 years ago when his life was good. And I now start telling myself, wow, let's say I don't meet up. I start feeling bad. Whereas that guy was pop probably posted that picture to also encourage himself. But because of spending more time on this internet surfing and the rest, I can't decipher between the reality of things and a false life. These issues are very important. So, sedentary activities like watching TV or playing video games can lead to social isolation, which is a good risk factor for depression. So the individual who indulges in sedentary routine has a higher chance of a sense of purposelessness and meaninglessness, which are obvious risk factors for depression. Funny enough, it can increase stress levels even when consumption of energy is less. Now, it decreases your chances or your routine for adequate dieting and reduces your conscious intellectual activity known as the cognitive function. Sir, ladies and gentlemen, may I mention quickly that a sedentary lifestyle increases the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart diseases, and in some cases, cancers. Imagine someone who has these disorders is not far from being depressed. So it boils down on why are we emphasizing moderation in sedentary lifestyles. We must find a way to exhaust energy in reasonable ways so that endorphins, production of endorphins can be at least optimized in our system. A sedentary lifestyle can disrupt your sleep patterns. It can increase your chances of having insomnia, a daytime fatigue because you didn't sleep at night, and other sleep-related problems that can contribute to depression. It is known to increase chronic inflammations and also predisposes everyone to weight gain, poor physical health, and reduced self-esteem, all of which are risk factors for depression. Having said this, I'd like us to look at what is the possible way forward, because time is fast spent, of course, but I just keep some things. The way forward, that's what concerns us. Get involved in physical activities, as it is known to reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. I give you an instance. Comrade Chu Imagwe was one time NAS president, and by the grace of God, is one of the main actors that are committed to hosting this program. I tell you this, every day in UK, is constantly involved in physical activities. It's quite younger than a lot of us. In looks, I want to believe that suggests a lot why exercise is important. Then, of course, we must practice mindfulness. We must practice mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing, yoga, and meditation to reduce stress and anxiety. We must therefore build strong relationships with family, friends, and community to reduce the feeling of loneliness and isolation. You must find a way to get enough sleep. At least you aim to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night to help regulate mood and reduce stress. Eat healthy. Focus on whole, nutritious foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins to support mental health. Then we encourage you to engage in activities that you enjoy, not to include bad influences from peer pressure. Activities that you enjoy can be When we were small, we used to debate. I grew up in a family compound where my compound alone had about 13 children. And every Saturday and Sunday, especially when we are back to church, we separate ourselves into two groups. Some group will be here, some group will be here. We take time to read anything possible. I don't know whether they still do it. In the chewing gum those days that we buy, some of us may never have the money to buy the chewing gum. But we look for the papers and pick them. They used to be current affairs. We cram them and find everything possible to make sure they stay in our head. So during this quiz section in our compound, we start challenging ourselves. You ask a question from anywhere that you know and see whether the next person will pick it. There is usually an umpire that keeps record of which side is winning. This challenge was good for us. And when we eventually got into secondary schools, it gave us the drive to belong to JET clubs. JET clubs helped us a lot. And even the dream of becoming a medical doctor, JET club was part of what helped us. Everybody cannot be in science class. There are people in LPBS, literally debating and dramatic society, and there are even quiz societies that help. You can organize yourself into those sets, especially in private schools today. You may not have those organizations, but you can organize yourself. Speak with your masters. Let them organize it for you. It will help you. It keeps your brain active instead of going to activities like excessive internet surfing that will reduce you to sedentary lifestyle and of course limit you from associating with others. There is a lot you have to learn from meeting people and traveling. So sedentary lifestyle can prevent you from achieving that. It is good for you to engage in activities that you enjoy, like I've said earlier. It helps you to bring pleasure and fulfillment. So someone who is fulfilled do not get easily intimidated by someone else's progress. For Christ's sake, it doesn't concern you. That's the person's progress. You can challenge the person and want to be like the person. It doesn't make sense for you to start weighing yourself down because someone else is making progress. They say usually, when progress is in the environment, it means that it may soon get to you. So when you have positive attitude towards this, it's certainly going to help you. So we encourage you to practice self-care. Take time to self-reflection and relaxation and reduce stress. Socrates said, an unexamined life is not worth living. In the process of re-examining and having a reflection on the life that you are living, it may suggest to you if you are experiencing symptoms of depression, and at the time you need to consult a mental health on time for professional guidance and support. We encourage also that to stay engaged and purposeful, participate in activities that provide sense of purpose and meaning. Of course, as a matter of fact, you must limit. As a matter of fact, you must limit social media usage. It is a risk that we have to deal with so that issues do not compound for us. So get outside and connect with nature. Spend time in natural environments and reduce stress and improve your mood. You must challenge negative thoughts. I think we've dealt with that a lot. Then importantly, it is good for you to align yourself to a religion. There are different religions, and we are not here to preach religion. But mine is Christianity. If it's fair by you, you can join. But that is not to mean we will not acknowledge other religions such as African traditional religion and Islam. For religion, how it helps in preventing depression is that studies have revealed that greater religiosity and spirituality, especially among the young adults, reduces the chances of depression. So, little wonder one intelligent man called Karl Marx said, and I quote, "Religion is the sign of the oppressed, the heart of the heartless world, and the soul of the soulless convictions." He summarized it by saying, "It is the opium of the people." The relief here is that religion is known to foster a personal sense of hope and meaning in life. Importantly, ladies, gentlemen, sirs, and all, you must build resilience. For Christ's sake, you are Nigerians. It reminds me of my experience in Addis Ababa when we left this country. I wouldn't know how important it is to be a Nigerian, but that experience helped me a lot. As a matter of fact, the journey was sponsored by the now Oba of Benin, and there was nothing in our pockets. The only money I had, because we were still medical students, the only money I had was 1,000 naira. So it's not the money I had as a Nigerian that gave me the swag that we had in Addis Ababa. But we noted that there is a style of Nigeria that is not anywhere else. There is a way the typical Nigerian talk that other African members can't imitate. The closest to us would have been Ghanaians, but you know, they say, brother, is different from our part. Our own kind is mother, father. That's what we know. It gives us a sense of pride as Nigerians. And when we got there, an event happened that they wanted to keep us out. They say we have to pay an extra 100,000 naira, $100 as a day for us to be given rooms in that place. This was something that was announced on the internet that what we needed to do is to pay ahead. Once you pay that money, about $300 as a day or so, that gives you a room in a 5-star hotel, and you are not paying any other thing. So it was really a strong bully. But we were from Uniben, and we were Nigerians. They kept insisting on this. So we tried to convince them. They were not willing. What we did was to remember that we are comrades first, and that we are Nigerians. So we called the manager of the hotel. We told the man, we do not have money for that. He said, okay, get out of the hotel. We are talking about the outside, the temperature outside in that community is 10 degrees Celsius at night. It's not funny. So I told the man, that's the point I came to make. The point I came to make here is this. I came into this country legally. And it was your company that advertised that pay this and this and this and come back. I find this extra demand for $100 as fraud. But it doesn't matter whether you accept it or not. I just came to tell you that I am going outside. But be rest assured that I'm a Nigerian. Once I'm outside, nobody will come into this hotel. Nobody will go out until your police comes to arrest us. And we were ready. We're just 3 comrades. We were ready and committed to that struggle. So the man thought initially that we were joking. As we were going outside, we were just going to hold the gate. But Christ said, we can't stay outside and there's exposing ourselves to 10 degrees Celsius. It doesn't make sense anyway. So the man quickly called us back and said, precisely what do we want? I said, we just want to go outside, close the gates, and make sure nobody is going out and coming in, so that you can explain to your authority, why are you intending to fraud us? The man said, wow, Nigerians are truly who they are. You can't intimidate them. That is us. That is who we are. So when the concept of increasing suicide attempts and even suicide start creeping in, it worries the soul of a Nigerian. Where are these concepts coming from? We must find ourselves and continue to maintain it. And the truth is this, we stayed for about some weeks or so, and every event that they were doing in that place, if we are not there, it will be boring. We have our own vibes and fire. there is a way we add ingredients to everything that we are doing. I will tell you this. It was so much so that even when we were doing our bonfire night, they were just singing their own song. And we told our guys, we can't do this now. We get so advanced like this now. They agreed. They said, let's take over. And we took over. The first song that came to our mind was, Obigere. I know you were at the letter, they said, hey. It was fun. We shouted and sang. And when we were leaving, everybody wanted to have a pose with us. We are Nigerians. I am a Nigerian, and I will remain so. I will not, as I've told myself, allow any form of societal issues to drag me back. That is why I'm a Nigerian. Thank you very much.
I think we should celebrate our Dr. Usi better. He has not told you that Nigeria giving up is not the culture of Nigeria. Feeling sad is not in our blood. We are happy, we are dogged, we are courageous set of people. When you are courageous, you not think of committing suicide. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I invite Mr. Egosa for the vote of thanks, and after that, it will be all over one amen. For all those that are giving money to, take the money, buy properties in GRA, and invest. Don't spend my money here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are so much grateful for this big turnout. This is the first time that known to me that two organizations that share the same aspirations and dreams, when you talk about mental health, we come together. On behalf of RICO, Richard Education Organization, and Minematters, I want to thank all of you for honoring our invitation. This is a collaboration that we can only expect to get bigger, better, and brighter. And I want to appeal to all the young persons here to go back home with this good news. We intend that you all here become our ambassadors in your various schools to tell your children, your fellow classmates about the need for mental health well-being. So congratulations to be part of those who have been selected to be here today. Thank you all for coming. God bless you. God bless you.